Alright. What's up, everybody, and welcome back. A banging series for you here in the round of 16 of PiGFest. We've got HEROMARINE in the top left side of the map, representing Mouse Esports, and his opponent in the bottom right, Dragon Kaisi Gaming's hero, the unpredictable, ever-aggressive Protoss player who's always bringing out the fire. And does come in here as a little bit of a favorite in this match. The players have gone back and forth in series historically. It always feels like, I honestly just look at the way they play and I'm like, HEROMARINE always has the ability to beat Hero, but Hero doesn't let the game exist in the sort of stable, calm, predictable area where I think HEROMARINE thrives. HEROMARINE likes the game to kind of make sense for him. He likes the game to be straightforward and to just kind of work on his fundamentals. And part of it is also that he kind of expects his opponent to do logical things, and Hero is a very illogical player, you could say. Like, he just is instinctual, and he's even said himself he likes to try and throw his opponents off and just catch them off guard and absolutely wipe the floor with them by making them frustrated and angry. It's not just rock solid fundamentals for him. So for this, I really see this as being, obviously build orders are important, strategies are important, as always in a StarCraft game, and how you plan your builds for the maps and what you expect your opponent to do. Interesting barracks placement in the back, straight into a very early reactor for HEROMARINE. So double gas reactor opening. There are some weird builds where you build Marines out of that, but more likely he'll go double Reaper and try to put on some heavy aggression. Could just be 2 Reapers, but we'll see how it goes. Hero has completely skipped the scout this game. Both sides have, but of course HEROMARINE is not expanding, so it's much safer for him. Especially if he goes double Reaper, that'll give him vision. Whereas Hero's first scout is only now venturing out and just barely outside his base. He's like, is there anything coming in right now? No proxies. Okay, it's all good. Goes back up inside the main. The second gas is on the way. First Adept getting chrono boosted. And interestingly, guys, notice that Cybercore is not spinning, which means the Stargate is going to be coming on. Oracles or Phoenix, though, is always the question that I have. I really love Oracle play. It's very hard to pull it off. I know that, like, speaking to a few of the other pros, they've said, they're in awe, just like I am, at the fact that Showtime goes Oracles pretty much every game and makes it work, and it's such a high win rate versus Terran. On the other hand, I've also heard a few of them say, hey, he could make his life a lot easier if he just went straight Phoenix every game. So we'll see. Hero and Showtime, Hero is a more aggressive Oracle player, Showtime more of a defensive one. Most other players, if you see a Stargate, it's usually just going to be straight Phoenix, use them to shut down any enemy aggression and go forwards from there. Adept does come out for Hero, but he's not actually scouting with it, he's just keeping it at home. And he's gone straight to a second Adept, third one starting immediately, and it is straight Phoenix play for Hero, very conservative. On the other hand, 4 Reapers coming out. Don't tell me he goes number 5 and 6. That would be actually insane. No, he starts the starport, so he doesn't really have enough gas to build 2 more Reapers. It's going to be Marines and a Tech Lab, so it's going to be a 4 Reaper, 2 Hellion pressure. This is a pretty fierce one. That being said, there's going to be 3 Gateway units. 3 Adepts can defend this if you have a battery. Without a shield battery, it's going to be tough. The micro at the beginning of this fight is very important, and I think the Phoenix needs to come over and lift up the Hellion as quickly as possible, but Hero's Phoenix is way out of position. He's not going to see this until Big Gabe drives into that base. Oh, Big Gabe's trying to get up in there. The Adepts do take a little bit of Hellion splash damage. The grenade as well, going to deny them from doing some of their attacks. 1 Hellion does fall very quickly. Oh, he's got to get rid of these low hit point units. Okay, he gets rid of the Hellion there. It's just Reapers left. Well done by Hero so far, but he's got to keep his Adept alive. That's his only damage. Oh, no. The Phoenix is out of energy. It's just Probes versus Reapers right now. Guys, Warp Gate is not done. He had to delay it for this. That's all of his fighting units. If he had an Oracle, he could have killed this so easily. But in this one scenario, Phoenix is actually a weaker opening than Oracle. He did actually manage to get one of the Reapers with the Probes. If he can get another one, that would be huge. And he does. He actually gets another one. I mean, Hero, it's still terrible for him. It is so bad. This is so much damage. I'm amazed he got any of those units, though. Can the Reaper get another Probe? Phoenix coming in with the lift and does manage to take that out. But 7 workers there, I mean, that is an amazing start. You've got your command center now up, dropping mules, Viking Cyclone production behind it, and a Marine drop coming out. Oh, okay. So HEROMARINE's going to follow up with a Cyclone pressure, but you know what? Hero's way behind from the opening, but he's opened Quick Twilight and he's going Charge. Charge Lot Phoenix actually hard counters Marine, Cyclone, Viking pressure. But I would say you need 4 gates to completely shut it down. 3 gates should get the job done. But you can see he's supply blocked, he's short on money right now. He took so much damage that even though it should hard counter it, it's not necessarily going to be the case. It's how many Phoenix have we got here? 4 Phoenix, 3 Stalkers, 2 Zealots. Can pick up all the important units, but then the Zealots and the Stalkers need to kill all the Marines, right? That's going to be interesting. When HEROMARINE sees no third base, I think just backing off is a very valid decision, but he doesn't know about the Zealots. That's the problem that he's in. And what's the follow-up? No second and third barracks down yet. Is he going to go third command center? He sees no third on the left. He's going to go to the right. Seeing no third there, I'd really love HEROMARINE to go home. But for all he knows, this is just going to be Phoenix Colossus on 2 base. So he thinks, you don't have a Colossus yet. Maybe there's one Immortal coming out, but that's all I have to worry about. He's going to find out charge is done, and there's already 5 Zealots with charge. 1 or 2 more Warpins could ruin his day. 5 Phoenix are out. They break the Cyclone Lockout at the very start of this. Oh my lord, those Zealots diving in. The Viking and the Marines do focus down one of the Phoenix. Nice medevac pickup for HEROMARINE, but this is so bad. Those Zealots are so good right now. The Phoenix need to pick up the Cyclones and deal with them though. And you know what? The Zealots are actually getting cleaned up. There's no more Zealots behind this. The Warpin point's too far away. HEROMARINE somehow not getting completely routed. That was a dead even trade so far. I think he was ahead in the trading earlier, so it's still probably good for Hero. But if he can get any of these units home, then that's very surprisingly effective for Big Gabe. Oh, he's got to drop those Marines out. He does start dropping those Marines. He's trying to get back to his ramp for safety. An emergency wall-off going down for him. And the Cyclones, 2 of them surviving is massive because this gives him mobile anti-air and it allows him to survive. Gabe just survived a scary situation. He's got the 3rd command center, engineering bay going up, 4 more barracks are building, 2 in the main, 2 in the natural, and Hero does not even have a 3rd base started, so that is a problem. 3rd Nexus starts as 3rd command center finishes. Did you take a pretty good trade there with Hero? Yeah, considering that push should have killed you after the early damage, yes. Impressively done, but we'll see if he can follow up on that and keep it going here. Oh, Stalker's getting a few SCVs here. And he gets the depot as well. The tank finally pushes him back, but that was pretty nicely done, man. Very, very, very nicely done by Hero to just get a few scraps of harassment. Turrets now building, though, to stop any follow-up harassment. And it's interesting he played single engineering bay, but I like this for HEROMARINE. Just because... And I'll try to stick to calling him Big Gabe, of course, just to not make it too confusing. Hero versus HEROMARINE. We'll stick to calling him the Big Gabriel. Command Center is going to float down there and go into that 3rd base. We've got the Phoenix there. They're going to try to come forward. Cyclone does lock on and push back the Phoenix. Psystorm's on the way as well as +1 armor. Proxy Gateway's coming forward. It's going to be a Psystorm attack. Gabe scans. He sees that Storm's on the way, and he sees 4 gases, but he doesn't realize how late that 3rd is. I think because he sees Storm, he thinks, oh cool, I can secure a 3rd because you're not massing Zealots. If you're on 4 gas, therefore you're taking up quite hard. But dude, Stim's not done. Shields and +1 are not done. These upgrades are all about 40 seconds away, maybe even slightly longer for Stim. And the attack is already getting ready on the front. There's going to be a few High Templar, 3 High Templar with Storm available. This is very scary right now. Gabe has to be very cautious. If his units are clumped up, 1 good Psystorm will end him. He has swapped to Widowmine production, which is super important, guys. Having a factory pumping out Widowmines is so essential. Medevac count's growing, and he's going to build an armory as well, which will be very good since there is no Robo for Hero in this game. Hero looking poised to do a big Zealot Storm attack. Gabe does not seem to know that this is what's happening. And those Marines there, if they get hit by a Storm, this could be lights out very quickly. Gabe is ahead on the income by 13 workers right now. He just needs to survive. But Hero is not going to give him that chance. Oh my lord, and Hero just dives on in with a gigantic attack here. Absolutely walloping over the top there. Really nice play from Hero. Whoa, but you know what? Gabe is holding on for now. Gabe is holding on. The Widowmine takes out the Archer. The Marines will take out the Stalker. If he can keep that tank alive, that would be massive. And it looks like he will keep the tank alive. But wait, no, new Zealots coming in. As new Zealots come in, oh, it's going to be so hard to deal with there. And the Zealots just starting to overwhelm. Ooh, this is so hard to hang on right now. So many units charging in over the top. It's going to be a massive wave of onslaught. He's got to just pull back his Marines and pull the SCVs. Gabe needs to pull the SCVs. As long as he gets the army out, he'll be fine. But he's got to use SCVs to tank. He cannot let his Marines go down, because once you lose your Marines, you have no firepower. And you need to get a critical mass together. Without a wall off, the Zealots are going to keep coming in. Where is the SCV pull? He just needs to survive. Finally, those SCVs pull into the front line. But the Marauders and the Marines are dropping like flies. He's got so little firepower. And I think it's just a little bit too late. I think he waited just a bit too long to pull the boys there. The Marines trying to fall back. Hero with his decisive push getting a lot of damage done. Is it actually enough, though? I mean, it's going to get held in the end. He does make the 3rd SCVs run away. Hero's economy is so bad behind this. And Hero, Big Gabe has 2-1 started. So he's actually got nice double upgrade started. These Zealots running around in the back of that natural, trying to be as annoying as they can. 3rd command center does lift off. Gabe was so far ahead on the economy, he might actually be able to bounce back from this, believe it or not. Widow Mines also causing such a big problem. The Robo only now starting 53 or now 56 probes for Hero. He's trying to make +2 armor as well. The command center floats back. This game's still actually way ahead in supply for Gabe. I actually think despite him not pulling SCVs early enough on his natural and taking a little bit more damage to his critical mass of bio, I think he's still in a good position, but Hero is not done yet. Hero's going to go for round 2. Of course he's going to go for round 2. The savage that he is going to go in one more time. Widow Mines are a problem for him as he doesn't have any observers. We've pointed that out. If these Widow Mines can get out here in front of the base, that would be essential. Look, 3 Widow Mines have been left in the natural. And look, watch out the storm, watch out for the storm. Gabe. Oh my god, this is an all-in, but Gabe was not watching. Round 2 of the all-in just killed all of his Marines at the very start of the fight, and that might just be game ending. Oh, what a disaster there for Gabe. He was in such a decent position there, but he needed a bit more time for his upgrades to finish, and he just really needed to spread his units out and bring all of his Widow Mines down. There is no answer for the Widow Mines for Hero. Command Center does barely get saved there. Good SCV pull. Now he brings the Widow Mines over, but it might be a little bit too late. Wait, hold on. Guys, a Widow Mine drop went on here. He did get 4 probes between them. Unfortunately, he's dropped it here and here. That one does get cleaned up by the Observer. Hero not realizing there's another Widow Mine up here, but it's poorly placed. This Widow Mine will automatically shoot on these gas probes, which means it'll often end up shooting. They'll disappear into the gas, and the Widow Mine will hit nothing. It'll land in the middle of the assimilator. Ooh, Gabe counterattacks, actually gets a Phoenix or 2 down. He's got to be careful, though. That's a lot of Protoss, man. The Marines of the Ghost running forward in the middle of the map. Gabe is actually still... Well, he's down 14 workers. Does that really matter, though? He's got another Widow Mine drop coming around the left side. The Widow Mine in the main is not actually... It fired again and didn't hit anything, as you can see, guys. But I actually think Gabe, if he keeps building SCVs, bio, he's up 2 upgrades right now. It's just a Zealot High Templar army. There's only 1 Observer. He's going to go down the right side, though. Widow Mines go in and kill 9 probes. There's no answer for these Widow Mines right now. They're going to absolutely butcher the economy here of Hero. Hero's going to take out the 3rd base, though. No saving it this time. Units trying to scramble over there to defend. And Gabe actually tried to pull back. He didn't end up committing to the base trade, which he probably should have in that scenario, especially with his 3rd base died. But look at that. He's borrowed a Widow Mine there as well. The cannon will finally finish in the 3rd in the natural, but not before these fire again. Gabe is actually dead even in supply. He does have an upgrade advantage, but with no 3rd command center, he gives up. And he throws in the towel there. It was not a great position to be in for Gabe, but we've got to go back and take a look at that. Hold on a second. What really was the situation here? Was he that far behind? I think with Widow Mines in all of the enemy's bases, it's hard to say so. I mean, this is basically when he tapped. I think just losing the 3rd command center, he felt like he was too far behind it. If we look at his main and natural, he does have almost no mining right now. So that's the real kicker. He does have to basically lift his main and his natural out, or at least his main. And the problem is if he lifts both of them, he's got to replace his gases as well because he doesn't have a big gas bank. So it's a rough position to be in, but he's denying a 4th base being taken. These 2 Widow Mines will get 2 more shots off, but he can even move one over to the left. This Widow Mine also could move over to the left there, though it might get another shot off just before the cannon finishes and kills it. There's no answer to the Widow Mine in the main. I mean, Hero's position is scrappy as all heck right now. I do think this was a little bit of an early leave. I would have liked to see Gabe, if we go back a little bit further actually, when this turned into like that base getting jumped on because he moved right and Hero moves left, I would have liked him to continue. If he goes in and drops the base, he could force a full-blown base trade. And with no Observer on the front, this one's a little bit further behind. If you pull back to your main ramp, just keep pumping Biomine, I think it's going to be pretty damn tough there for Hero to contest. Even though there's a few Colossus on the way, if you go for that counterattack, that's going to be great. But I think this was a really bad choice to pull back with these units here. I think he maybe didn't realize just how big that army was and kind of stumbles into the Zealot High Templar when he could have been dropping in the main, clearing the production and the upgrades, and initiating a base trade, which with losing the 3rd command center, I think he feels forced to do. Either way, GG, well played. Hero takes map 1 after a terrible start, but a great Zealot Phoenix counterattack style. All right, guys, top left, double gas opening again, HEROMARINE. That game started excellently for him, but the Chaos Master, the man who you can never count out, Hero always finds a way, even when the game starts terribly, to make it quite competitive. Like, you can never count Hero out because he's just such a unpredictable and kind of oddball player. And I think we know that HEROMARINE is one of those players, much like myself, who's like, when you kind of get under his skin and throw him off his build, he kind of just wants to have a minute to himself to stabilize, and Hero never gave him that minute. Even at the end of that game, Hero Marine definitely left a little early there. But yeah, he was just so thrown off. The Widow Mines were doing big damage. Unfortunately, that one that was sitting next to the gas kept firing on probes going into the gas, so it would have been better if you put in the mineral line earlier. But other than that, Hero Marine just didn't realize his upgrades were better. He didn't have a third command center, but he absolutely could have hung in there and fought it out. Colossus were on the way. So that's what really made Hero's position amazing. Like, if Hero started a 4th Nexus, got the Colossus out, it was going to be difficult, but Gabe did have a bit of momentum in terms of army supply. It's just hard to push when you are up against Storm. So his best play in that last game would have been to split his army up, start dropping in the main, going around and front pushing with some bio. Basically do some nice multi-prong, start getting some Widow Mines scattered across the map because Hero had no observers and was going straight into Colossus. He maybe had one, I think he had one observer out. So Widow Mines spread around the map would have been great. And like I said, if he just immediately rebuilt that 3rd command center, I think he would have been A-okay. I think Hero Marine learned the fast GG from Cyril. He understands Cyril's philosophy that insight of the match is more important than stubborn obstinacy. That's great. That could almost be a copy pasta. Oh, people have already started copying it. Never mind. Maybe it was a copy pasta. I'm like, that just is such a fun sentence, like a fun paragraph that I was like, that does sound like a copy paste. There we go. Then I'm like, before I even finished reading it, people were already copy pasting it. I was like, okay, maybe it was the whole time. Oh, Hero Marine's doing a special build, guys. It's a 2 siege tank Marine tank push on 1 base. Oh, this hallucination. This is the first scout for Hero. Hero didn't probe scout or anything. He's gonna see no command center. Actually, he didn't check for the command center. He should realize though, why is there a drop this early? This is crazy. He's already got a shield battery blind. He's playing very safe into 3-gate blink. Gonna build another pylon at the front. I mean, this seems like a perfect setup for Hero. SCVs are coming, but he knows about it so early. Hero can basically just chrono gateways. He can try to make it an immortal when the robo's out, but he probably doesn't even need to. Just get another shield battery out front. Needs one as far forward as possible. Gonna build them a little further back than I expected. Hero Marine's definitely building bunkers with this push. He's also rallying Cyclone Viking as kind of mobile, flexible units to try and rally across the map. Hero's Probe Scout does see it coming now. If the Stalkers can get a volley on the medevac, that could be big. Hero Marine tries to come forward with the tanks. Good micro by Hero, gets an SCV, gets 2 Marines, makes it, oh, almost gets number 3. Those batteries aren't quite ready yet though. Oh, the tanks are in a good position. It's gotta be bunker time, right? It's gotta be bunker time. He doesn't have that much money behind this, but SCV is just going to repair each other. Tanks starting to move forward. If those batteries go down, there's only that one down to the right. Overcharge is not being used yet. I don't think he has energy. He just got 50 energy, but his shield batteries are already down. Blink is ready. The Stalkers need to go around to counterattack, but that means he's got almost nothing here to help defend. The moment he blinked out, Hero Marine moves in, kills the battery, overcharge. The probes drill through very nicely. But, my lord, that Marine firepower, the SCVs there as well, doing very well. But now that the tanks are gone, the Stalkers have the range advantage. Hero Marine is going to force the Stalkers to engage by pushing up that ramp. Great pickup with the medevac. Already one of those Stalkers goes down. The Marine's taken out a lot of the probes. That pylon going down is Artosis, guys. He's got to kill Artosis right now. He's going to focus it. The Stalkers get cancelled from warping in at 99%. And they can't warp in again because that also depowered 2 of the 3 gateways. Oh my lordy McLord. Hero Marine is doing so well. Big Gabe comes in with a big cheesy push. He says, let's do a 1 base. You think you don't have to scout versus me because I'm predictable? I'll show you predictable. And he just brings in a dirty all-in, and it's fantastically well prepared. Hero cannot hold on. It's just too much damage there. 37 workers. He's already pulled every worker. His main base is empty, remember, guys. He's got no probes left. 2 Stalkers trying to blink to the left. And coming in with a bit of a blitzkrieg. A very surprising strategy. A huge gamble. We think of Gabe as a macro player, a very conservative player. Looks down on cheesy plays. But this one was an absolutely beautiful counter to a Protoss that does not probe scout. All right, guys. Hero Marine, Mr. Gabe, as we should be calling him, has... Oh, big thanks, Ed Harry, for the 20 bucks. But Gabe has started with the command center first there, into double barracks, into double gas. Hero has scouted it. And I really don't know how this plays out. The early probe has already done a fair bit of harassment. And it was Cybercore before Nexus by the looks of it. Yeah, definitely does look like it. He's already got Warp Gate and an Adept on the way. It looks like a Twilight Council build with a bit of Adept pressure. Hero Marine Mr. Gabe. I'm going to call him Gabe. I've been calling him only HEROMARINE for such a long time because people were like, who's Gabe? Which one of them is Gabe? Like, casual viewers would always say that. And I've trained myself out of it. Now I've got to retrain myself. But this looks like a 3-gate attack. Hero, our nasty Protoss boy. Ooh, okay. No, Robo! What? Hero is going to Immortal Bust him, guys. Oh my lord. Oh my dirty lord. Reaper is going to be the first scout for HEROMARINE, Mr. Gabe. So Gabe is going to sneak a Reaper out. That could do some good counterattack damage, but it's not going to be able to scout the Robo. The best thing it can do is scout the fact that there are buildings missing. If it gets in the main, he's going to be like, why is there no tech? Why is there a second gateway? We know, of course, it's a third gateway because the second gateway is here. That Reaper is not going to scout till like 4 minutes. So he doesn't have a lot of time to respond. And he's only got 3 barracks. With no factory, you can't build a tank, you can't build a cyclone. This could be a disaster, guys. Ooh-wee. Okay, so we've got Marines on the way. Stim is started up as well. All right, we've got the 3rd gateway there. Warp gate is almost finished. The first Immortal starts up. Oh my gosh. This Reaper, you got some heavy lifting. If once he sees what's up, HEROMARINE needs to build, Gabe that is, sorry, needs to build a second bunker and pull SCVs to repair. He basically cannot let this bunker die or he's screwed. Right now, there are a few Marines kind of spread around. The Reaper comes in, and this is the moment. This is the moment of truth. He's like, wait, no, you got to scout more. He sees a gateway finishing. Maybe he already assumes from that, but he hasn't realized there's no tech yet, I don't think. I don't think Gabe has any idea what's happening. He's just using this as a harassment Reaper. He's distracted by the Adept as well. Oh, that Adept harass might do it for Hero. But wait, Gabe sees the 3rd gateway. He's got to realize something's up. He's got to pull the SCVs right now. Gabe! Okay, luckily it looks like Hero's going to wait for the second Immortal, but he sees only gateways. He sees no tech. He does the double take. We're going to go to Gabe's camera now. This is Gabe's camera. He pulls the Reaper out. It looks like the Reaper will go down. He's not pulling SCVs. He has no SCV outside his base. He's building add-ons right now instead of fighting units. He's building a turret. He thinks it might be Dark Templar. But you've seen 3 gateways and no tech and no 3rd base. Gabe, he's going to die to the Immortal Bust. There's no way. If he doesn't have SCVs ready next to it, these 2 Immortals will kill that bunker so fast. As I say it, Hero's waiting for a 3rd Immortal? Are you insane, Hero? You got to go right now. You've been scouted. This is a big misread from Gabe, I think. But wait, he sends a Marine north. He's got to pull the boys. He's got to mass repair this bunker, but there's so many sentries, it's not even going to matter. You can't repair when there's force fields surrounding it. Oh, man. Stim is done, though. Stim is done. He's got to pull all the boys, though. He's got to pull all of them. A lot of these Marines and SCVs stuck behind force fields right now. Gabe has to pull back. His Marines are heavily wounded. Pulling back up the ramp, normally a good move for safety. But that gives up your entire natural. There's 4 depots down there. The command center needs to lift right now. He needs to lift right now. Those Immortals do crazy damage. There's no drugs coming out for a while, guys. The medevacs have just started building. 30 seconds until they hit the field. Gabe's going to try to fall back to his main. And this is such a big commitment for Hero. Obviously, it could work. But it's definitely going to be a little bit of a wild situation for him. Then defend his ramp. I do believe as long as there's no observer, he can defend the ramp. Prism is about to come. That'll give some high ground vision. So this barracks... Oh man, the force fields could be so deadly here. Hero coming in with a nasty proxy robo timing attack. That is absolutely delicious. Oh, this is fantastic, man. Hero just doing so well with the force fields. That looks like a checkmate if I've ever seen one. You know, after not scouting at all 2 games in a row, Gabe thought he could get away with the greedy CC first. Hero says, nah, I know exactly the medicine to deal with that. It is a build that I don't think Gabe would even call this a build. I think he'd just say, oh, he just did some random stuff to abuse me. And you know what? It works well against this build that I was doing. So, bit of a checkmate there. Mass force fields. There's no counterplay without tanks. Without medevacs to heal, you just cannot fight against this. This right now is a bloody cheese fest. Hero 1 map away from winning the whole thing. All right, guys. It's been a cheesy series. Hero is going to scout for proxies, but on the wrong side. There's a proxy barracks in the bottom right. HEROMARINE putting it in a very secret place. This doesn't look like someone who's just building a Reaper. To me, this looks like someone who's building a reactor, making a factory, and going for a Marine tank all in. I could be wrong on this. I don't know. It's such an odd placement. Maybe single barracks Marauder. It could be Reaper, of course. But Hero is... Oh, it's in range of the watchtower! HEROMARINE. Gabe just screwed up really badly, guys. He built it in vision of the watchtower. And he is going for the 1-1-1 all in. Oh, this is such a big screw up. Oh, no. And seeing that barracks producing right now is Hero. I mean, Hero won't realize this is the factory build, but such a big mistake for HEROMARINE. Gabe has made a big doo-doo, unfortunately. And now, what is the response? Zealot's on the way. Second pylon's on the way. Hero will still try to get the Nexus up. It's not super important. You can technically one base. I remember a period in time where Protosses would just take a second gas and just play like Oracle 3-gate, Stargate, Oracle, Zealot, Adept kind of stuff. Probe is coming in right now. I actually think this would have been a fantastic build if he was just one space off on where he placed this. That SCV needs to be careful. He's got to pop those Marines on the right. If he pops the Marines on the left, he'll be in trouble. He does get rid of the probe. The SCV needs to circle right now around the Zealot to get on that factory. He's losing a lot of build time right now. The Zealot right now is like, I have a mission. It's to stop you building that factory. You cannot lose that SCV. But if you don't get the factory built, you need 12 more seconds of build time. The Stalker is almost here. There are 4 Marines out, though, and a new SCV. Gabe is going to hold on to this location for now. There's no production coming up for Hero. Wait. Hero still hasn't built a robo or a second gate. Hero? Hero's just probing and making adepts right now. He's seen a factory. Finally, the robo goes down. That's very delayed. Hero could have built that 35, 40 seconds ago, guys. Incredibly late response from Hero. I mean, his micro has been great for trying to pick off these units, but he's already delayed the factory a long time. But I definitely think that robo getting out very quickly. The earlier you get the Immortal, the easier this hold will be. Good back and forth micro on both sides. The Adept Shade does provide high ground vision. HEROMARINE, Mr. Gabe with a nice rotate on the red hit point Marines there. Depots are up. Did he just kill his own SCV, guys? Killed his own SCV so that he could start the medevac because the depot is a bit late. As long as it doesn't cut at Marine production, and he's already made him miss a Marine, he's going to lose a few seconds build time on the next Marine as well. 2 batteries building. A robo is up. Tank is here. You can spot from there and kind of see this edge of the high ground, right? And I guess once the medevac's out, it doesn't really matter either way. Oh, he slides some SCVs out to bring for bunkers and repair. One SCV is just going to endlessly repair that, and it will keep that depot alive. You can see the hit points in the bottom right are not going to be going down there. They'll actually be slowly going up. Marines and the tank come forward here. He's going to try and drop the siege tank on top to really punish those stalkers if they stay too far forward. The Marines, tanks, and the SCVs here. But, oh, God, there's an Immortal. Get out of there, Gabe. There's a battery here as well that can heal him on the low ground a little bit. I like that tank position. Seems pretty good. Targets the Immortal. Once its barrier's down, it's not as scary. When its barrier's up, it's very frightening. And watch out for the shade. He's going for the shade. Oh, Hero cancels at the last second. What a scary guy to face. Liberator's on the way, as well as a 3rd siege tank. He's going to try and move in from this right side. Tanks are sieging up. Oh my lord. Those Adept Shades, because they can drag the tank fire onto the Marines. That's what's so scary about this. Now, he's going to try and move his siege tank down. The Liberator is here as well. Hitting that Immortal again to set off the barrier would be optimal. Oh, he's going for it. He's going for it. Oh my lordy lord. Here we go. Siege tank coming in from the right side as well. The Marines trying to start accept. The Lib does go down. The other tank does come forward. The tank trying to focus the Immortal. Hero pulls back. It's a 6 hit point Immortal. It finally goes down. But that was a fantastic hold. The second Immortal really helping out. Gabe is going to tap. Wow, just like that. Unfortunate for HEROMARINE, guys. A very cheesy series between these two players. And honestly, I think if this was hidden, it would have been very hard for Hero to deal with. Because he wouldn't have had any idea what was going on. But it all comes back to that barracks placement. As you can see here, it was one space too high, or maybe 2 spaces. You can see it can spot to about there. If that barracks was down here, does not get spotted. And unfortunate for Gabe, HEROMARINE does go down. Hero blocks the cheesy counterattack there. And a nice upset in game 1 as well, even though it started rough for him. Well played, Hero.